Hi everyone, it's Katina Rankin, founder of the nonprofit Katina's Classroom. I am also a children's author, and today I will be reading my civil rights children's book, Medgar Evers. He taught his kids to crawl so we could stand. Let's begin. Alexis, why are you crawling on the floor? Renee asked her big sister. Get on the floor and crawl with me to the bathroom, Alexis told Renee. What? Renee asked. Just do it, Alexis told her. When they made it to the bathroom, Alexis said, Let's get in the tub. Is this some type of tornado drill? Renee asked as they sat in the tub. No, but it's just as important, Alexis said. After sitting in the tub for about 2 minutes, Alexis stepped onto the floor and turned and looked at Renee. Why did we do that? Renee asked. I'm reliving what civil rights icon Medgar Evers' children had to do when their father was fighting for justice in Mississippi, Alexis answered. I don't understand, Renee said. We've been studying Mr. Evers in history class. He fought for human rights, civil rights, Alexis responded. How did he do that? Renee asked. Children! Your grandmother Peggy is here, their mother Tanya yelled from the kitchen. Momo! The children shouted as they ran toward the kitchen. They hugged, walked into the living room, and sat on the couch. What have you two been doing today? Momo Peggy asked. I'm teaching Renee about M.E., Alexis told her grandmother. About me? Momo Peggy asked. No, Momo, Alexis said, shaking her head. About Medgar Evers. He fought for my rights, civil rights, Alexis continued. That's right, big girl, Momo said, smiling. How, Momo? Renee asked. To understand, we have to go back to Medgar Evers' childhood. He grew up in a small town in Mississippi, Decatur. When he was about your age, he saw something that changed his life, Momo Peggy explained. What was it? Renee asked. It wasn't a pretty sight. As a matter of fact, it was quite disturbing. He saw a man die. The man died simply because of the color of his skin, Momo Peggy continued. What color was his skin? Renee asked. The man was black. The people that killed him were white. Back in the 1930s, Mississippians and people of color were treated differently because of their melanin, their grandmother told them. Melanin? What's melanin? Both girls asked. Melanin is a dark brown to black pigmentation. It determines the color of your hair, your eyes, your skin, Momo explained. Put your hand beside mine. Your hand is a light brown. My hand is dark brown. That's because I have more melanin in my skin, Momo continued. My hair is dark brown. Alexis's hair is sandy brown. Your hair is black. Are you saying that's because of melanin too? Renee asked. Exactly, Momo Peggy responded. What happened after he saw the man die? Renee asked. He couldn't forget what he saw. When he was just 16 years old, he enlisted in the military, Momo told the girls. Didn't our Pawpaw Tummy enlist in the army? Alexis asked her grandmother. Yes. Medgar went to Europe while he served in the military. While there, he noticed Europeans treated people the same, regardless of the color of their skin. When Medgar returned home to Mississippi, it wasn't like that. Mississippians and other Southerners still treated people differently, Momo Peggy told them. He tried to go to the University of Mississippi, but they would not let him attend the school because of his skin color, Momo continued. You mean because he was black? Alexis said. That's right, dear. Medgar knew that wasn't fair. He began working for this organization known as the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, Momo Peggy said. The NAACP? Alexis asked. Yes, Momo Peggy answered. We've been studying about that organization and about the SCLC, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, in history class. While in history class last week, we learned that a woman named Myrlie was the first female to lead the NAACP, Alexis told her grandmother and Renee. That's right. Myrlie Evers was Medgar Evers' wife, Momo commented. Really? Alexis asked. The two met when they attended college. They worked together on civil rights, Momo said. I still don't understand why Lauren was crawling, Renee blurted out. As I was saying, Medgar was working for the NAACP. Blacks in Mississippi couldn't eat in the same areas of a restaurant as white people. Blacks could not drink out of the same water fountains. The fountains had signs on them that read for whites only and colored only, Momo shared with the girls. You mean like the water fountains we use at school? Renee asked. Very similar, their grandmother explained. What did he do about it? We haven't learned this part of the story yet, Alexis said. He organized sit-ins, Momo Peggy answered. What's a sit-in? Renee asked her grandmother. A sit-in is a type of protest. The protesters or demonstrators would occupy a place like the restaurant. They protested by refusing to leave until their demands were met. In this particular case, they did not leave until they were fed in the same area of the eatery, Momo said. We saw a sit-in counter at the National Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, Alexis said. Don't you remember? She asked her sister. They were taking a knee like that famous quarterback. Cohen. What's his last name? Renee asked. Kaepernick? Alexis said. Everybody at our school knows him. He has an afro. The president said some mean things about him. I think he was like Mr. Evers, though. He was trying to bring attention to something that was happening in black communities. Plus, he raises money to help kids in inner cities, Alexis continued. I want to know more about Mr. M.E., Renee said. He did similar things in grocery stores. He had protests in the grocery stores like he had in restaurants. Some of the owners would charge blacks more money for food. When black people shopped, they would have to let people who did not have their same skin color check out before them, Momo Peggy explained. That's not fair, Renee said. It should have been whoever was next in line, Renee told her grandmother. You're right. Mr. Evers thought those actions were unfair too. That's why he was an organizer. He worked to change those things. He told people to stop shopping at the places where they were treated unfairly. He informed them to find places where people respected them and the money they were spending, Momo told the girls. Some mean people did not like the changes which Medgar was making. So they did a horrible thing. What did they do, Momo? The girls asked. Medgar was going home from work one night. A white man named Byron Della Beckwith hid in some bushes and shot him in the back. Medgar went to heaven that night. While he was alive, God used Medgar to make a change in Mississippi. He was known around the country and around the world for making changes to the way black people were treated. Because of him, we have equal rights, Momo Peggy said. I get why Alexis was crawling now. Mr. Evers taught his children to crawl so we could stand one day. Stand proud, Renee said. I am able to be me today because of Emmy, because of Medgar Evers and his fight for civil rights, Renee said with a smile as she stood proudly. The end. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time when I read another book.